Welcome to Season 5, Episode 7 of the Crochet Luna Vlogcast. My name is Claudia, and I'm coming to you from the San Diego area in Southern California. I am a crochet-centric blogcast where I talk about crochet, sometimes a little bit of knitting, sometimes a little bit of sewing, but mostly just want to share what I'm up to with my crochet journey. I am coming to you from a very, very hot San Diego, and I apologize if you hear that fan noise in the background. It's just really, really hot, and I know a lot of us have been experiencing that this summer. Anyway, welcome to any new viewers. I know it's been a minute since I've been recording. Lots has been going on, especially this summer. It was a really busy summer. I really had no time off. But I'm really happy to be recording this video for you guys and to catch you up on some stuff. I had a huge life event. I turned 50 this year, and I had a super low-key birthday, which I was really happy about. At first, when I was 48, I thought, when I turn 50, I'm going to have this huge party and do it up big. But as it started to get closer, I really didn't want to do anything. I just wanted some quiet time and time for a little introspection and a little, sort of like taking stock of life. Just a lot of things like that, where I just felt like I wanted to just kind of spend time with my thoughts. And so, 50 is a big birthday. I know a lot of us think 30 is a big birthday, and then 40 is a big birthday. And yeah, I think those are big milestones, but I think turning 50 is one of those times where you really have to step back and assess and, think about how you've lived your life and how you want to live it, and so I can say, and I'm not going to get into any philosophical deep meanings about life, but I just say for myself, I think that I am very happy with the person that I am and happy with the choices that I've made, and I look forward to just being more creative and being more in touch with the things that make me happy. Part of that, as you have known, if you've seen my other videos, is about simplifying my life, my lifestyle, my home. And so those are all things that are part of this journey of going into this new stage in life. And I think that the choices I've made have so far been the right choices for me. And though that may mean that there were some big changes at the personal level, nothing big, nothing bad, but they were big in the sense that they impacted the course that I was on and definitely had me changing course. I left a job where I was at for 2 years, and I started a new job that I'm really happy at, and I'm starting a really sort of intense creative period in my life that I'm really, really, really enjoying and savoring. So yeah, so 50 was fun, and I'm happy. I'm happy with the last 50 years, and I look forward to 150 more. I'm just kidding. I always kid to my family that I'm going to live forever, and I might turn into a vampire, and I don't mind. So and they're like, why would you want to live forever? I'm like, why wouldn't you? You could read all the books you want. You could do all the crafts you want. I know. Just, I guess I like a lot of fantasy and sci-fi stuff. So you never know. We're living longer than ever. So anyway, there were 2 mals that I want to touch on. I co-hosted back in April the Dodgy Bag Mal with Allie of Little Drops of Wonderful, and again did not get to make a bag. I did purchase fabric, I did purchase a pattern, I just did not make a bag, but I do have a bunch of stuff cut out that I want to sew because I'm going to be at Rhinebeck West at the Knitting Tree in October, and I'm really excited about that. It's the first time that I'll be vending in, gosh, like 3 years. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that any of you who are in the Southern California area can pop on in. I'll put the dates down here because I think it's October 15th and 16th, which is a Saturday and a Sunday. I will be there both days, and yeah, maybe I'll get to see you guys. So, we moved into, Summer of Romance right after Dodgy Bag Mal. And this year's theme was historical romances. And we did something a little bit different. I co-host this Mal with Clarissa Beth of the Crochet Cakes podcast. If you are not a viewer of her podcast, I would highly suggest that you do. She's an amazing designer. She is a prolific content creator, which if any of you guys are trying to start a podcast or delve into social media, you will realize very quickly how much of a commitment it takes to be present and be a content creator. It is a lot of hours, a lot of work, and it's time that I just haven't had. You sacrifice one thing for the other, and I don't regret it. I have not been as active and present on Instagram as I would like to. I have not been recording videos because other things had to kind of come before, the time that I have to give or that I need to give in order to produce these videos. And so Clarissa Beth and I did really make a effort this year's Summer of Romance to be more present and have more engagement with the people participating. And we did a couple interviews, part 1 on my channel, part 2 on her channel. We did a little Zoom get together that was really nice. And then we just last week did a YouTube live, which I'd never done, she'd never done. And that was a lot of fun because we got to engage with some other people that came in to that live. And I think going forward, I think that would be a great way to engage in the different platforms, But I chose, so for those who don't know, for the Summer of Romance, my couple was Jamie Fraser and Claire from Outlander. And I found a pattern on We Crochet, who very generously sponsored us for this cowl. It's the first year we've ever had a sponsor, which was amazing. And so they sent me the yarn. I purchased the pattern. They sent me the yarn. And I really intentionally chose this pattern because I wanted to finish a project for Summer of Romance. If you look at our videos that we filmed as interviews, Clarissa Beth and I talk about how many times we actually didn't finish a project. And so I, with that in mind, chose one that I thought was doable and that I liked, that I knew I was going to use. And I'll show you the pattern. The pattern is called the Cobblestone Path Cowl by Agat Rottman-Cassel. I'll show you the picture right here. It's a cowl. It's got a really nice texture. And as always, any pattern that I share with you on the Vlogcast, I will link below. And this is my finished version of it, which I really like. As you can see, it's a good size cowl. Oh, it's so hot, you guys, so I will put this on for you, but only for a minute. It's a good size cowl. I really liked working with the yarn. This yarn is super affordable, and it's actually a cotton, and I think modal is the other. Yeah, it's a cotton modal yarn. This is the other color I chose that I did not use. This is Shine by Knit Picks. Here's, you can see the content there. I used 4 balls of this yarn to make this cowl, and I checked on the website not too long ago, and actually it was on sale for like $2.79, I want to say, something really affordable. So 4 balls of this, because each ball has let's see how many yards, 110 yards. So I used 4 and had just a little bit left over. I love this color. This is one of my favorite colors. I love it for fall. I work in an office where the air conditioning runs all year long, and so in the winter it tends to get cold. Even into the spring, I was still wearing sweaters and, you know, shawls and cowls. So I really like it. Very happy with it. Super easy pattern to remember. Like I said, I love the texture. I really love this texture on this pattern. It's an easy repeat, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. Thank you to We Crochet for sponsoring us. And, yeah, that was, like, I haven't really been crocheting a lot, to be honest with you, because I'm working on a big project that I want to talk to you guys about. So this is my FO number 1, and FO number 2 is right there. This is a pattern from one of my favorite designers and a good friend of mine, Rosina of Zines and Roger. You can see my pattern is pretty beat up, but it's the See My Vest pattern. Here's some pictures back here that you can see. You can modify the neckline so that it's higher than it is on the one that she's wearing. There is a scrappy version. Let me see if the picture's in here for the scrappy version. Yeah, it's here. I love the way she styled it in this version. You can see it's made out of, I believe this is all scraps. But as I guess I was saying, I work in an office. A lot of times I like to wear sweaters. I think this will be really, really great in the fall and the winter. I will give you a close-up of this so that you can see the yarns that I used. So originally for this pattern, I was using 1 skein of Miss Babs Yowza, and I thought I was going to be able to do it because it's one of those giant skeins that has like 560 yards. But I actually did a whole vest. I mean, finished it off, everything, put it on, and I just realized it was going to be way too cropped. It was just going to be way, way too short. I'm just not comfortable with I wasn't comfortable with the way it looked. I wasn't comfortable with the fit. And so I just decided, you know what? I frogged it and I introduced 2 other yarns. One was a Chelsea Luxe, which it was 225 yards in the colorway Butter Pecan. This is the label for Chelsea Luxe. And the second color I introduced to the main color of the Miss Babs was a yarn by Totally Rad Yarn in the colorway Depths Below. And I thought that color went really well with the Miss Babs. And so what I did to try it out, and I think I showed this last time, is I made this little color chart where I just wrapped the Miss Babs, like up to here is the Miss Babs. And then I would wrap a little bit of the Totally Rad Yarn, which is this blue color right here. In between that, you'll see the Chelsea Luxe Butter Pecan, which is right here. And I thought all of the colors worked really well together. So this is Miss Babs, this is Chelsea Luxe, and then this is the Totally Rad yarn. So here is my vest, which I have not woven in the ends and the bottom part of this. I had to stripe it because I just didn't have enough of I didn't have enough of the Miss Babs. You can see the back of it looks a little bit different, but I thought that was okay. Don't have any left over of the pecan color because in the original vest I had used it in the straps. And so when I frogged that, I just kind of lost all that yarn. You can see here the different colors that I have. And it fits really nice. I will take some pictures and share them on Instagram shortly. It's just way too hot to wear this right now. But I will put this on, have a nice photo shoot, and share some pictures. I really love the way that this came out. I'm so pleased that I actually took the time to make this work. I probably frogged this project about 4 times until I got the right combination. One of the things that I did do is in the bust area, I went up half a hook size, and I think that was the right call, and it gave me the right stretch that I needed because it was just getting too tight in the boobage. So and you can't even see, you can't even tell, but there is in this area, I went up half of a hook size. But I'm very pleased with the colors. I really love the way they all play. I think that doing a little color sample like this was key, and I never thought that there was going to be any problems with these yarns being in the project. And so I think going forward, I will, whenever I'm using more than 2 colors, I will definitely do a little color card like this. I really like it. So yeah, that's my FO number 2, my See My Vest by Rosina. There you go. As I said before, I will link the pattern down below if you're interested. A lot of people have made this pattern. It's a granny stitch, so you know it's gonna be simple, but I think the color choices are key to make this a really nice project. For works in progress, I have like 2 or 3 that I've previously shown you, which I have not worked on, which I am not going to show you again. I will tell you that I am working on this cardigan, which was the spring knit along for knit collage. And what I have is I've done a sleeve. So I've got a knitted sleeve. And then I have to do the other sleeve on the other side. I will talk more. I won't show you any details because I've shown you the details on this. But I definitely have thoughts about this project, which I will talk to you about once it's finished. It's just that having such a hot yarn on my lap and working on it is not something that I want to be doing in this heat. And I have thoughts about the project that I want to share with you when it's not so hot and when I can get it finished. But after every knit collage, knit along, they will send you a thank you card, a little thank you postcard. And this knit along's postcard included this really cool granny stitch pin. Other previous ones, I've ordered 2 kits for them before that I am hoping to knit one day, but I got these other 2 pins. This is actually, I bought the yarn to make this top, which is really pretty. But I have definite thoughts about this project that I want to share with you. And I have one other sweater, and I had a pair of socks, but I frogged them to the cuff, and I might actually end up frogging the cuff as well, which I won't share with you because I think I'm on the fence about whether I'm going to continue. And part of it is because the yarn is so splitty that I was getting really frustrated. And because I had figured out, like, I used the pattern. It's a Vicki Brown pattern that I bought when I was at Yarndale with her yarn. And when I did the pattern with her yarn, everything was worked out great. I didn't change anything about the pattern, but when I use the same pattern with this other yarn, the gauge changed drastically. And so I was getting kind of frustrated with that. And so I decided, yeah, I'm just going to frog it and either use the yarn for something else, or maybe try and knit a pair of socks with that yarn, because I just don't know what it is about that yarn that it's just really splitty. I started a new project, which is the perfect project that I needed at this time, because I need something that I can crochet in while I'm watching TV and not design work, because that is something that I cannot do while sitting in front of the TV because I'm trying to write notes. And so I found this pattern that I thought was perfect, and I have it. I'm going to share my project bag because it's so fantastic. I saw these project bags at the Knitting Tree several years ago, and Annette, the owner, actually sews these bags, and they're so amazing. So this is my Loteria bag. And then for those of you who don't know, Loteria is like bingo. It's like the bingo that we play in like Central America, in Mexico. A lot of people know this bingo. And basically just think of a bingo card, and there's a deck of cards, and then the person, you know, picks a card, and that's what they call out. But each one of these cards, people have like a little phrase that they'll say before they call out the card, which is part of the whole fun of it. But here are some of the pictures of the cards, and I grew up playing this. This is such a part of like my childhood, my youth, that I just can't tell you how connected I am to these images. I would never change these images. These are images from my childhood. So she had these, and I've always wanted to buy one, and by the time I went to go buy one, they were always sold out. So yeah, so I now have my own, so I'm really happy. And living in here is a project. I have a whole stack of patterns that I've been going through that I'm really interested in working on. But this first up is this one, because I think it's going to be really simple. It's a nice, simple project that is not going to require too much looking at the pattern once I get going. And it's from Inside Crochet issue 132. The project is called the Homeward Cowl by Sarah McFall. This is the project right here. It's this really pretty cowl. And I'll show you another picture of it. I really, really like the way that looks. It is from, like I said, Inside Crochet issue 139 from the year 2021. And the yarn that I'm using is yarn that was gifted to me, which I don't always get yarny gifts, and when I do, they're so much fun. And this was yarn that was gifted to me by my friend Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. Hi, Hannah! And it's on the round, everyday light yarn, and they are called Sweetheart Duos. Here, this is a tag for the yarn, because it was 2 skeins, and they come in these colors, which this pink is a little bit darker than what you're seeing on the camera, and this is just like a speckled color. And what I decided to do is I'll probably make 2, because I'm not going to combine these. I'm just going to make, I've started the first one. I mean, really, I just started this right here. You can see it. Just a little bit of a start. So I'm going to make one. What I thought would be cool is if I made one for myself, like I made this one for myself, and then I made another one and gave it to my mom. So, excuse me. So I like the pattern. I think it's going to be a quick project. And this yarn, even though it's super wash merino, feels a little bit like on the rustic side, which I really like. It's got a little bit of a halo. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not like that super soft, super wash merino that I'm used to, but I don't mind it at all. I think it's really, really beautiful. Like I said, it's fingering weight, and it's just a superwash merino wool. I don't know. I really like the feel of it. So yeah, that's my current work in progress. Living in my very awesome Loteria bag. I love this bag, you guys. I love it. Look at the inside print. It's so colorful. Oh, this bag makes me so happy. Every time I look at it, it makes me so happy. So yeah, I know I'm going to be leaving a lot of things out, but I don't want to make this a super long episode. The biggest whip that I want to talk about is one that I have been working on for many, many months. And I hinted about it on my Instagram. And it's a project that is still developing. I'm still working on it because I want it to be the best it can be. And I'm really, really excited about this project. And if you saw it on Instagram, I hinted to the fact that I am working on this draft of Fiber and Faux. So Fiber and Faux is a new way to experience crochet patterns. And what I mean by that is that I am writing a story, a fantasy story, that incorporates crochet as a central theme and a central element of the story. And I'm lucky enough that my sister-in-law, Teresa Carpenter, is a romance writer. So she has written, I don't know, over 15, I think 19 books for Harlequin romance. She is a very talented writer. And when I approached her about it, I said, look, I've got a story in my head. I've got an idea that I want to develop. I'm not a writer, but I do have a story, and I do have an experience that I would like to share with the crochet community. And it involves fantasy, and it involves romance, and it involves crochet. And so she immediately was very interested. She has written some of, like, we are co-writing, co-developing, co-creating this story that incorporates crochet. And along with that is 4 patterns that will be the initial introduction to the 4 characters of Fiber and Faux. And I have the Instagram already reserved for Fiber and Faux, but you can't join anything. It's private right now because I'm developing on the photography. I'm developing so many different things that hopefully soon I'll be able to share the Instagram with it so that you guys can follow along as as the project comes together. One of the things that's super exciting about this project is that while I'm introducing the characters of Fiber and Faux, the first 4 characters of the story, Teresa is actually writing a novella that will be self-published. We're going to self-publish this novella that will give you more of the story, more of the romance as a standalone book that you can purchase. And I have been lucky enough to collaborate with 2 amazing designers. One, I'm sure you know because I talk about her all the time, she is Jean-Ann of Cerulean Orchid. She's actually she just sent me the photograph of one of the patterns, and it's beautiful. I love it. And I'm also collaborating with Cairo Romagera, who is Cairo Designs. Along with that, I will be using yarns from Seismic Yarn and M to the Third and Totally Rad Jess. And so it's quite an extensive project. There are 3 elements to this project: art, the story, and the crochet. And the art is going to be developed by an illustrator that I'm working with, who is really talented, whose work I really like, and that I'm really excited about you guys seeing. So whereas, you buy a pattern, when we buy patterns, we have a picture of the person wearing it. What you'll see in Fiber and Faux is actually illustrations of the characters wearing those patterns. And they're important because the crochet is not just thrown in as like a little afterthought. The crochet is actually such an integral part of the story. In this world, crochet is what people do. In this world, yarn is important. In this world, crochet hooks are important. And the lingo and the words that we use and the concepts that we're very comfortable as crocheters seeing and talking about, and are part of our lives every day, are part of the story. What I'm hoping to share with you is a world in which crochet is just as important to the character as it is to us. And so writing a story that incorporates that has been one of the biggest challenges and the biggest thrills that I've ever embarked on, along with trying to design 2 patterns myself for the story. And so that's what's taking a while. It's taking a minute to develop those things. I'm trying to, develop this project on the creative at the creative level as well as the business level, to make sure that, it is funded properly. I'm working with a group in San Diego that I'm hoping to get finalize the funding for. So that a lot of really amazing things are happening, and I can't wait for you guys to share this with you. A lot of amazing things are happening surrounding this project that I can't wait to share with you guys. But I wanted to just give you a little sample and a little bit of that, so that you know that I am just so excited that I will be able to share this with you. And when it does, I don't want to rush it, because when I do share it as a finished project, I hope that you guys will be just as excited about it as I am, because, they're 4 amazing characters. And, on my next episode, I'll introduce the first character in the story. And, so stay tuned for that. So that's Fiber and Faux. Next, I want to tell you that I really lost my, wanting to crochet during the summer. And I think part of it was because I was so focused on the writing of this project, and so focused creatively on different things that were not crochet. It was about writing and developing story. And that now that I have finished 2 projects, I really have gotten the bug to crochet. I'm really, really wanting to crochet. And so I did a deep dive as to, aside from the design part of it, which that crochet I can't really show you, I do want to crochet some things for the fall. I mean, the fall is when we take to our yarn and our patterns, and we want to have things that we can wear and to show off. And so I used to do a segment for a long time called Pattern Palooza on this Vlogcast, and then kind of stopped doing it. And I have a bit of Pattern Palooza for you guys that I want to share with you. And one of them is because I want to crochet a sweater. I want to crochet a garment, and I don't want anything super complicated. I have plenty of yarn, and I have 3 candidates, which I'm hoping you guys, if you comment down below, I'm going to let you pick which one I work on. And I'm going to let you choose based on how many how many replies I get to this. You guys will choose what I'm going to crochet for a sweater. So, and I'm excited about that because I can't make up my mind. So I need your help to make up my mind. So the first pattern I want to share is one that I've already shared with you. It's called the Jean Pullover, and it's by Liliana Buce-Chmelko, which I am 100%, 1000% sure I have butchered her name, and I apologize. But it is this pullover right here, this sweater. I really like this detail up here. So this is the first one. We'll call this one A. Here, I'll even mark it so that you guys know this is choice A. So do you want me to crochet choice A? And look at how beautiful this designer looks in her pullover. Isn't she just so pretty? I like the fit of it too. I like the way this fits. The next pattern is one that I've shown. I think I've already shown this one. It's by Dora Does, and it's the Any Yarn Will Do sweater. I did her cardigan. This is a paid pattern. I did her cardigan, and I'm so pleased with the cardigan that I know that the sweater, I think that the sweater will be just as amazing, and you can make it in like 5 different weights of yarn, which is super amazing. But it's the Any Yarn Will Do cardigan. No. God, I'm getting tongue-tied, you guys. I'm out of practice. It's the Any Yarn Will Do sweater. Here you go. That will be our choice B. And then I found this pattern, which is only $1.58 from the magazine Yarn from Hep Cheese, and it's called a Half and Half sweater, which is also by Liliana Buce-Chmelko, whose last name I have butchered yet again. But look how fun that looks. I really think that's really pretty. And again, this pattern was only $1.58, which is a great price for a pattern for a sweater. So yeah, those are the 3 choices you get. Let me know. So let's go through them one more time. This is A. This is B. And then this is C. Let me know. Comment down below. Let me know which one you want me to make. Then, you guys know I love me my sugar skulls. I love me my Day of the Dead. And I was just doing a search on Ravelry for Halloween stuff because I'm in the mood. And I found the most amazing pattern. And it's free. I guess this was a cowl. And it was called the Dia de los Muertos CAL. And it is for this amazing pattern right here. Look at that. I want this. I want this so bad. I want that so bad. I have to make it. It's pretty robust because it has step-by-step instructions with a photo tutorial. It's very robust. I can't wait to dive into this thing. I think that I'll be able to use, scrap yarn. And like I said, this is a free pattern. I will link it down below in case you want to make this. So yeah, I'm working on designs. One design in particular, one's already completed, and actually I've shown it to you already. But one design that I'm working on that I'm really excited about. And then I want to work on a sweater. I want to finish this thing so I can talk to you about it. And I have one other sweater that I've shown you before that I'm hoping to share with you. One of the problems that I have is that I've lost a little bit of weight, and it's been enough that I tried on some things that I've crocheted, and I have my one knitted top is too big, and I'm thinking about frogging it and using the yarn for something else, or frogging it and re-knitting the top just a size smaller so that I can wear it. But the sweater that I have as a whip, which here, I'll show it to you real quick. This, and it's living in this, look at my awesome bag by my favorite bag maker, who is Amy Beth at Fat Squirrel Fibers. So the problem with this is that I think it might be too big. So I'm gonna, when I go back to work on it, I'm really gonna rethink about whether I just want to have a big baggy sweater, which I'm really not into the baggy sweaters right now, you guys. I'm not really into baggy clothes because I just feel like it makes me look bigger. But I gave away this summer when I was, you know, decluttering and stuff. I gave away quite a lot of my crochet things that I had made because they were just too big. And I'm like, why are they just going to sit in my closet? Might as well give it to someone who will use it. But anyway, I'm really excited about crochet. I am incredibly excited to be talking to you about a project, a new project that is keeping my creative juices flowing. I'm really looking forward to the end of the year. I work for a school district, and so I'm on the same schedule as my kids with vacation time, which will be really fun. And I'm finding that I'm in a completely different environment, and it's done me very well. My mental health is definitely on a good place, and I attribute that a lot to working with some nice people and having a job that I feel very fulfilled at, you know, helping families and students and being able to speak in Spanish, which has been amazing. For those of you who don't know, I was born in El Salvador. I was born in El Salvador. I spoke Spanish till I was 8. I came to the United States, and over the years, I've spoken less and less Spanish. And so when I got this position, and I literally spent like 85% of my day speaking in Spanish to parents on the phone. And everything that was rusty in my brain language-wise is now fluent and flowing. And to be able to speak to people in my native tongue has been one of the great joys of what I do right now. Just absolutely great joy. I love it so much that I can be a facilitator in my community to help parents and students who come into a system where it's absolutely new to them, and I can ease some of that anxiety for them because I can speak their language. And crazy enough, we even have a student who speaks French, and I found out one of the teachers is a fluent French speaker, so I've been practicing a little French with them. So I'm in a really good place, and I hope that no matter what place you are in your life, that you have the ability to find those pockets of joy in your day, and that you have that ability to spend some time being creative, because I know creativity is what grounds me. And being in this moment in my life, I'm feeling incredibly privileged and grateful that I get to explore my creativity and I get to work with some lovely people. You know, and so, like I said, I hope that you all find that. We're not always in a place. Sometimes we're in some dark places, but as someone who has lived 50 years, I can tell you that things do get better. They do get better. I feel like I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for my experiences in life. And I can tell you that I am so grateful for every day that I wake up, and I'm so grateful for the family that I have. And it's not the things that make me happy. It's actually the engagement and experiences and the process of the life that I'm creating for myself that's making me incredibly happy. And so that I hope I hope that you guys have those moments and those small joys or big joys, which is awesome, in your life every day, even if it's just sitting down to have a cup of tea uninterrupted. I hope that you find that for yourself. And I hope to be back with you guys soon. Like I said, I'm slowly going to be sharing this project with you and working in the back end of other things to create more engagement. But yeah, it was awesome talking to you. And I will see you next time. Bye.